My name is Amy Teal, and I'm going to talk to you now about the centrality of the essay in the study abroad process. I want to be clear that the other admission criteria are also important, and an excellent essay will never eliminate the need for meeting other qualifications. So you still must meet minimum GPA requirements, prerequisites for your program, and so on. But once you have met those requirements, a strong essay can be the thing that makes or breaks you in a competitive application process for admission. So what makes a good essay or a not so good essay? We'll start by showing you an example of a poor essay. These are the essays that make our heads explode when we have to read 200 or 300 different statements. So this is a poor essay because it is very, very general. The student is writing that the CGE program in X location is a perfect fit for her. She's dreamed about going there for a long time and will get a lot out of the experience. Location is amazing. Note that she does not say anything, or he doesn't say anything specific about the location. Why is this location amazing? What interests the student about this city, this country? What do they know about this city or country? How does it support their learning agenda? The student then goes on to talk about loving to travel and wanting to get to lots of other places from there. So essentially the student is saying, this is the right program because I can leave and go somewhere else. That's not a very strong case for why this program and location. Frankly, you can say the same thing about any location in Europe for proximity to other locations. So there's nothing compelling about the student's statement on that score either. The student then goes on to talk about the program has a lot of different classes. This is the primary point of this essay. Students are asked to talk about academic fit. So the program has lots of different classes that I can take, and I'm planning to major in economics and minor in biology, and I can get some classes there to graduate on time. Wonderful. You can get classes here in economics and biology to graduate on time. So what is it about the location and what is it about these courses that students will take? We want to hear the specifics. Name class titles. What will you be taking in Norwich, England, or in Hong Kong, or in South Africa? And where and how does it fit into your major or minor? What classes has the student taken here? We want to hear about what you've studied. What have you learned? And how does that connect or prepare you for this destination? And then finally, the student just goes on and says, I'm really interested in this place. And since I can take some courses that will count, it's the best program. So essentially the student has repeated what they said to begin with, which wasn't a great deal. This is not an essay that would normally allow a student to get to the next level if the location is competitive. In contrast, I will show you an example of a good essay. So this next is a good essay because the student talks about applying to a particular program because it's a great fit academically. The student talks about what they're majoring in and minoring in, and talks about the fact that there are many classes there. Then the student goes on to tell us what classes are available there. The student names these classes specifically with the title, and then talks about how they tie in to the classes that the student has already studied here. Now, both of these examples are a simple paragraph, and your statement should be approximately a full page. So clearly, this is not by itself a perfect essay because the student would need to elaborate. The things that you need to elaborate on are the specifics that are here. So I would take the renewable energies class because blah, blah, blah. I have taken a class here at HWS on international relations, and that has taught me these themes or these topics that connect to what I hope to study when I'm abroad. So this is not sufficient because it's too brief, but this is the type of specificity that we're looking for. Classes here, classes abroad, how do they connect? The student goes on to talk about the language that is taught in the country that they will be taking abroad and their preparation for that language. In addition, the student talks about how the program abroad will connect to their goals, if there are any goals on campus that have not yet been met. And finally, the student goes above and beyond even just the straight academic fit by talking about his or her own career interests. The student says, for instance, that while they're abroad, they can volunteer for a law firm. So they got that information from our brochure that they know that this place has these opportunities. The student will take advantage of that opportunity to learn outside the classroom, and it will connect to the student's aspiring career in environmental law. This is what we're looking for. Why this place? Why this curriculum? What will you learn? How will you grow? And how will it prepare you for the next phase in your life? So in contrast, I wanted to show you the two side by side, and that's what we'll see in the next slide. So bad essay with the exploding head, good essay with our happy faces. And again, just to recap, the first student talks about it being a perfect fit and dreaming of this location, but gives no specific reasons. The second student talks about how it connects to the major, how it connects to the minor, how it connects to goals. The first example, lots of different classes in a general way. Second one, specific classes named, identified by the student. Intellectual and personal development, personal growth, nothing about that in the first essay. This second student talks about opportunities in the community to get involved and how these will connect to their individual goals and aspirations or their career goals and aspirations. So this is the kind of thing that we're looking for. It's really worth your time to make the effort to write these essays well. The same rules apply when you do the second essay. The second essay asks you to talk about culture and experience you've had already of being someplace different. New foods, new experiences, and so on. Again, very vague. Something that could apply to anywhere is less compelling than something that is specific, and more importantly, something that tells a story. Not just, I've been to lots of places and here's the list I've been, but simply pick one example of a cross-cultural experience you've had and really develop it. Why was this significant? What did you learn? And how will what you've learned help you be successful when you get to a new environment abroad? So those are the kinds of things we're looking for. And I wish you luck with your essay writing process.